Thank you, everybody, for having us here. Thank you, Lauren and Matt and VentureBeat for having us. We're really excited to be here. Like Governor Sandoval, we like to brag in Utah about our state as well. But I come here with a little bit of a confession I'll make in this intimate group that this year we were only the third best state for business, according to Forbes. But if you look at the trend, I think you can see where we'll be next year. I think this is probably how a lot of you guys recognize Utah. Great skiing, national parks, but what you in the country. The cool thing about Utah, though, is this outdoor recreation, this love for the adventure is really our culture. So in Silicon Valley, when people talk about culture, they talk about ping pong tables and hoverboards. Here we talk about powder days. Another cool thing about our culture is kind of the pioneering and collaborative spirit that we have here in Utah. So a quick history lesson. In 1847, the Mormon pioneers came into the Salt Lake Valley, and it was a complete desert. Jim Bridger came in shortly thereafter and said to Brigham Young, "I will give you $2,000 if you can produce 1 bushel of wheat from this valley because it's so barren." So we're used to having people tell us that we can't do things. Shortly thereafter, the pioneers created a city and found ways to bring water and irrigation into the valley and produced a lot more than 1 bushel of wheat. And so that same entrepreneurial culture continues today in our people. So specifically in technology, I think we've received a lot of publicity in the last couple of years, but part as well as Evans and Sutherland University of Utah. Going forward, though, why we think we are going to be a great technology hub of the future is because of a lot of risk until you're a company looking to protect your investment. And so we feel like we're very fortunate that way. We think we've got great demographics for the future as well. We're the youngest state in the country, one of the fastest growing. And so when you're looking at the workforce of the future, we think we have it. We know everyone's got workforce problems today, but we're solving them today and for the future. And when it comes down to it, we're really just another California suburb with we've got we've got flights that are really an hour and a half outside of any major airport on the West Coast, and simply a quicker commute than. So everybody here knows about the competitive cost. What's super interesting about Salt Lake City is I think we're probably a little more cosmopolitan and sophisticated than we get credit for. We have a professional ballet, opera, Broadway theater, professional sports teams, and I think that really goes a long way combined. Metric. When you look at the industries that are prevalent in Utah, it's not just tech, but a lot of other innovative sectors as well. On this graph, 100 is the national average, and so we've got a few industries there that are above that. Specifically, our IT landscape, we've been extremely fortunate because of our rich history that we've been able to grow our own unicorns and tech companies in Utah, as well as recruit top name companies to come to Utah. And so we've got a really good mix of people that are growing in Utah, but that are also coming to Utah. And we're seeing increased capital coming into Utah. We're now number 4 in terms of VC rankings. Looking at the talent pool that we have here, we have what economists would call a thick labor market. You can see, again, 100 being the national average, all of these occupations above that. Just 20 years ago, the most common occupation in Utah was a truck driver, and so we've come a long way there. A lot has been talked about incentives, particularly the Tesla incentive. We've been doing what we call post-performance incentives for the last 13 years, and we really feel like it's the best model. We can talk more about that in the breakouts, but what you'll also see is there's names there that you recognize, and there's also names there that you don't recognize. We want to create partnerships with both large companies and growing companies. So in conclusion, we think we've got a great density of tech companies, of tech talent and tech capital for the future, and we're a great place to grow your business. Thanks.